and welcome to Charlie's Update. I'm Sean Carroll, and joining me today is Bilal Ali. How are we?
Yeah, I'm good. How are we?
Yeah, we are good. We are good on this Wednesday morning.
I have a story for you.
You do?
I went to the AFL Iftar night last night.
Yeah?
And I got to lift the Premiership Cup.
Really?
Yeah.
North Melbourne's Premiership Cup for this year?
Not quite.
Oh,
Not quite.
Well, hopefully we can cover that in the four-man weave coming up. But
Essendon's
for
Premiership Cup.
now, we've got a bit of news. So let's head to the news. Donald Trump says that there is a substantial chance that the summit with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un does not go ahead. Trump said, "There are certain conditions we want to happen. I think we will get those conditions. And if we don't have a meeting." He did not specify the conditions the US was setting for the meeting. The summit is set to take place in Singapore on June 12th. South Korean President Moon Jae-in is in Washington to help the meeting take place. Mr. Moon urged the president not to let a rare opportunity with North Korea get away. Facebook boss Mark Zuckerberg has apologised to European Union politicians for a massive data leak. In his latest attempt to draw a line under a scandal that has rocked the world's biggest social media network, Zuckerberg has said that investments in security would significantly affect Facebook's profitability and will employ 10,000 more people by the end of the year. As part of his Facebook apology tour, like his other apologies, he highlighted that he will crack down on fake news, foreign interference in elections, and misuse of people's information. The tough new EU rules on data protection will take effect in 3 days. Closer to home now, Philip Wilson will step down as Archbishop of Adelaide after he was found guilty of covering up child sexual abuses. He released a statement today saying, quote, "It is appropriate that, in light of some of his honours findings, I stand aside from my duties as Archbishop," end quote. He will take this action on Friday. The federal court has ordered Optus to pay $1.5 million for misleading NBN customers. From October 2015 to March 2017, Optus told 14,000 of its customers that their internet services would be cut off in as little as 30 days unless they transitioned to an NBN plan. However, the terms of Optus's contract did not permit disconnections in such a timeframe. The High Court has declared that Labor's David Smith to be the new senator for the ACT after former Senator Katie Gallagher was thrown out over citizenship issues. Miss Gallagher was booted from the Senate 2 weeks ago after she had not taken reasonable steps to renounce her citizenship to the UK. And finally, ever wanted to find yourself in the Guinness World Book of Records? Well, today's your chance. The Australian Broadcasting Company ABC and the Australian National University ANU are joining forces to provide a special television broadcast called Stargazing Live. The ANU aims to beat the record they set for themselves back in August 2015, when 7,960 participants across 37 locations in Australia simultaneously looked up to observe the night sky. It will be live tonight at 8 p.m. on ABC and will last an hour. Brad Tucker, an astrophysicist from the ANU's Research School of Astronomy and Astrophysics, said, quote, "With a future Australian Space Agency on the way, there's never a better time to look skywards." So, Bilal, heads up tonight, yeah?
Yeah, I'm surprised you could say astrophysicist.
I'm surprised I could as well. I don't know why I wrote it.
Come on, right?
Tell me a bit about sport
such
news.
a challenge. All right, in sport, Western Sydney Wanderers have appointed Marcus Babbel as their new head coach. Babbel has previously managed Hoffenheim, Hertha Berlin and Stuttgart in Germany. Östersund manager Graham Potter has been interviewed for the vacant Swansea manager position. Frank de Boer and Jaap Stam have also been interviewed for the position. Andre Iguodala is missing for Golden State for Game 4 against the Houston Rockets. The game is still ongoing. Richmond Premiership forward Jack Reevell is confident of taking on St Kilda this Saturday, only 6 days after coughing up blood. The dual Coleman medalist has had a very heavy collision with West Coast's Liam Dugan in the third quarter of the Tigers' 47-point defeat last Sunday. Injured Essendon trio Michael Hurley, Andrew McGrath and David Myers are all possible inclusions ahead of its clash against an injury-riddled GWS on Saturday night. Some good news for the Bombers and all Bombers fans, including myself, for that game.
Yeah, I'm never too happy to hear good news for Bombers fans, but
we
good
beat
news
Geelong
for you,
this week.
Bilal.
Yeah, we beat Geelong this week, so I'm back on the bandwagon.
Yeah, I don't know how you pulled that out.
All right, we are now going to throw to Kelsey Wilson, who's got the weather update for us somewhere outdoors.
So we have Yalla Falafel behind me, and we also have Those Guys Food from America. I know that I'll be checking them out again this week. Food Truck Wednesday is my new favourite thing. And as you can see over here, we do have a bit of commotion going on, but we actually have Michael, who's the president of the Trobe Student Union here. Can you tell us what's going on here today, Michael?
Yes, today is the Wellbeing Day of Stressless Week, so we have a whole range of clubs and societies out here today giving out free food and drinks. We have V giving out free energy drinks and the LTSU office bearers conducting their activities. We also have $5 vouchers and giving them to students for the food trucks. So come down, enjoy the festivities, and yeah, hopefully it's going to be a great day.
Yeah, it sounds like so much fun. Thank you so much, Michael. Now to the weather. Today we have a high pressure towards the Bight, and a chilly morning but a dry day. And for the southeastern side of the country, it will be very dry today. Warm winds moving northwest towards the top of WA, and rain will stay along the entire east coast for the rest of the week, and then it will break up a little bit on Saturday. Do not expect any warmer weather for a while, with multiple cold fronts on their way. Taking a look at Victoria today, Moorabbin will have 15, Melton will have 14, Wonthaggi will also have 15, Geelong will have 16, Eildon will be 12, and the same for Ballarat, 12. But I do feel for those people living in Ballarat at the moment, they will have a low of 3 tonight. And for the rest of the week, yesterday we actually had 14, but today we will have, yesterday was 15 and today we will have 14. Tomorrow is 15 with a high chance of showers, and Friday and Saturday will pretty much be the same, again 15 with a high chance of showers. So Bilal and Sean, if you haven't dusted...
We definitely won't.
Yeah, someone really didn't want to hear what Kelsey had to say to us. Look, I'll tell you what, Sean, I've never been so hyped up for weather.
I know.
That background music.
There was something in the
down
background.
for the weather.
I know.
Oh my God.
We were having a bit of boogie in the studio.
Hey, I wish the cameras were still on the studio, just to see your moves. Can you do it again?
No. It was exclusive, but not for our
Oh,
viewers.
that was so bad. But yeah, thank you again to Kelsey for that weather update. All right, the month of Ramadan has just gotten underway, and many Muslims are obviously using this month to observe their character and try to build their own character. And our very own Souhail Abdo went onto the streets of Latrobe to see what other people knew about the holy month of Ramadan. Let's take a look.
Hey guys, how are we? This is Souhail Abdo checking in. We're just going around seeing what people really know about Ramadan, and yeah, let's see how it goes. I went out recruiting to find 5 willing people to talk to me about what they knew about the holy month of Ramadan. We are here in the Latrobe Media Hub with
Paula.
Nice to meet you, Paula. I just wanted to know, do you know anything about Ramadan?
Ramadan?
Ramadan.
Is it that thing that you wear? I think it's like to do with religion, and you don't eat for like a month or something, but you only eat at night or something like that.
Hey, going guys, we are here with Daniel, the Italian stallion.
How's it going?
Tell us, mate, what do you know about Ramadan?
I know it's like you have to fast for certain hours of the day, and after a certain amount of time you can eat, and it's a certain amount of time of the year that you have to do it, and that's it. It's a certain culture that does it. It's Muslim people that do it.
Yes, correct. Certain religion. Yeah.
Yep, and that's all I know.
We're with Amel. Hopefully she doesn't faint on us. Amel, what do you know about Ramadan?
I know that you don't eat from sunrise to sunset, and it's supposed to be raising consciousness for people who are poor, don't have food, and feeling that hunger that people all over the world feel every day.
We are finally here with a Muslim who should know what Ramadan is. Tell me, Mr. Muhammad Tayyib, what do you know about Ramadan?
I think I know too much about Ramadan. It's the 4th pillar of Islam, and we used to practice fast 30 days or sometimes 20 days. It's about the moon sided, and I think we can't eat from moon sided. From sunset to sunrise to sunset, but we used to practice a lot. We became more religious, just like me. Some of the Muslims became more religious in this month, and that's all, I think so.
She's on the ball. She's close, but you're wrong. Sweet, thank you very much. Once again, we got another one who's incorrect, but he's close. He's on the ball. He doesn't have the essence, but we'll get there. She's on the ball. She was very, very, very close, but once again, incorrect. Put another cross there. He's almost on the ball, boys and girls. We got someone closer to the thing, but once again, incorrect. We're here with a familiar face, Mr. Ahmed Abou-Eid, to tell us what Ramadan really is about.
Hello, assalamu alaikum. My name is Ahmed Abou-Eid. I've been a Muslim now for 20 years, and every year Ramadan comes around. It's one of my favourite times of the year. Obviously not for the no eating part of it, but the fact that it lets you disconnect from the world, that's probably the most important thing. People will tell you that it's just you don't eat for about 12 hours, but it's more than that. It's about focusing on God and staying away from everything in this world. You know, people live for this world too much these days, so it's just a good way to remind us to connect with God, and that's what we're trying to do. So unfortunately, they got me here in front of a camera instead of up there praying, so I'll try to keep this as short as possible, but that's pretty much, in my words, that's pretty much what it is.
First person to get it correct, give him a tick. Ding, done, finished.
Oh, that was excellent. Kelsey, welcome back.
Yes, thank you.
That was a quick run.
I had a very quick run from where we broadcasted the weather.
Do you want to give up your secret location?
It was Simpson Lawn here at Latrobe, so if you have been to Latrobe before, it isn't too far away, but we did have to jog back.
That's right. Every day's leg day.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Anyway, so I'm Lauren. This is Kelsey. We're here for entertainment. Let's get straight into it.
Yes.
So, royal wedding.
Oh, I'm not usually into watching, when the royal wedding and things like that, but I watched this and I loved it.
Oh, okay. So it took place over the weekend.
Yes.
They are now the newest Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
Yes, that's right. And I mean, can we talk about her dress?
Beautiful.
I loved it, but I have heard a lot of people didn't like it. They think it was too plain.
It just complimented her, I reckon.
I agree. And as we were talking about earlier, her freckles, I love that she kept that really natural. Her makeup was very natural.
Well, she says in interviews that, like, in suits and things like that, things she's been in, they always covered it up with makeup so you can't see her freckles. And she's like, well, I'm really happy that for this, they can see it. This is me.
Yeah. I mean, I love my freckles when in summer they're very bright. But yeah, I really like that she stayed true to herself in that.
Oh, me too. And if we compare it to Kate Middleton's dress.
Yes.
Kate's was very elegant. It was very traditional.
Yes.
Whereas, Meghan, it kind of fit her whole situation, how she's the American princess now.
Yes.
It's very simple. It's very her. It just fits.
Yeah, and I mean, there was a lot of discussion about her breaking a lot of royal
traditions,
rules and traditions. Yeah, and I think they did really well.
They did.
I do want to talk about the sermon that was given because that has just gone viral everywhere. Everyone's talking about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think it went over the top. They handpicked him. Harry and Meghan handpicked that priest.
Yeah, Bishop Michael Curry. Yeah.
Yes, and I mean, they knew that's how he was going to deliver his sermon.
15 minutes.
It was very long, I will admit that.
15 minutes for a royal wedding. You'd expect some extravagance, but that was lengthy.
It was lengthy, but
his overall message was good though. He emphasized power of love.
Yes, that's right. And so I think, as I said, they handpicked him. They knew that that's how he would deliver it. So I mean,
and it gave him a break as well. The whole world's looking at them for hours and hours waiting.
Yes.
Give a guy 15 minutes so they can have a little bit of a breather.
Yes. God,
also, they had the celloist.
Yes.
He is 19, Shira Kenneth Mason.
Yes. And he was brilliant. I really enjoyed his performance.
Oh, he did so well. He captivated the congregation and the whole world, basically. No one left. No one moved from the congregation at all.
No, that's right. And I mean, why would you? It was just such beautiful music he was producing, and I did actually see he posted on his Facebook page later, just thanking everyone for how much incredible feedback he's had, and for even just the opportunity from the Royals.
Well, he's been playing since he was 6, and his cello is a priceless Amity cello, and it's over 400 years old.
Wow, there you go. So I mean, I don't know. I just really loved the wedding in general.
It was just it broke so many traditions. It was just great. It just shows how the royals and everything's moving forward.
Yes, yeah, you're right, absolutely.
But yeah, so it's still very different from Kate and Will's.
Absolutely.
So very traditional for Kate and Will's.
And very less traditional.
Less traditional than Meghan and Harry's wedding.
Yes.
It just represented them. It just highlighted them as a couple, and I loved it.
Absolutely, I agree.
Let's just move on because everybody's heard about the royal wedding. A few new movies are coming in the next couple months that I'm very excited about.
I'm very excited for these.
So tomorrow,
yes,
Solo, the new installment of the Star Wars saga.
I feel like they are producing non-stop. I swear there's a
absolutely.
new one every week. They're just
Well,
constant.
look, possibly. But, you know, we finally get to see everyone's favourite duo origin story of Solo and Chewie.
Yes.
That's what I'm looking most forward to.
I'm really excited to see this one. But
Can you do the Chewie kind of draw?
don't put me on the spot.
Can you do it?
No, I can't.
Can you try?
No.
Yes, you can try. Do it. Come on, try. All right, we'll try next week. You get a bit of practice.
I'm going to practice that
Yeah.
and ask me next week.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Ocean's 8. Everyone,
Yes.
this is a girls' night out, I reckon. Everyone needs to go see this
Yes.
for girls' night out.
Yes.
Coming June 7th. It follows the story of Danny Ocean's estranged sister,
Yes.
Debbie Ocean, and she pulls a heist on the Met Gala, and it's just full of so many stars.
I love that it's on the Met Gala too because that was very recent. So it'll be like, oh, did this happen here? Like,
Yeah, no, possibly. But they have Sandra Bullock, Kate Blanchett, Anne Hathaway.
huge names.
Sarah Paulson.
Yes.
Just name a few.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It'll be a big movie.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a girls' night. We'll go.
Do you want to go? Okay,
Absolutely.
We'll do a girls' night and we can practice on your raw. The most anticipated film for our generation will be coming on the 14th of June. Do you want to take a guess what it is?
Oh, God.
What are you looking most forward to?
Oh, God, now you put me on the spot. I would say Deadpool, but that's already...
It's happened.
That's out. Oh, God.
Incredibles 2.
Oh, God, Incredibles 2. Okay, yeah.
It'll take off right where the last film finished.
Oh, yay.
And it's going to be based on Bob Parr taking care of Jack Chack while Helen goes off to save the world.
Wow. Okay. I'm excited for that. I had forgotten that was coming
It's
out.
going to be a cinema full of people our age, with little kids like at the front, us sitting there going with our popcorn. Yeah.
I think it might be Reading Cinemas in Camberwell. I think it might be. They're going to do like an adults Incredibles 2 night where they'll serve alcohol and they'll have like popcorn going and it'll just be like no kids allowed.
Yeah, well, I'm just worried that when I show up, it's going to be about 40 kids just standing in front of me like, no, guys, you weren't there for the original.
Yeah. I love when they release all like a sequel to the movies we watched as kids.
Oh,
I
me
love
too.
that.
As long as it's good. I really have high hopes for this one.
Okay. I'm the same. I hope this will be good.
We have one more as well. June 20th, we can see the next installment of the Jurassic World series. It's Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Chris Pratt comes back and he's basically trying to save all the dinosaurs from an active volcano on the island.
I mean, I watched Jurassic World as a kid and Jurassic Park, yes. But I've never gotten into the Jurassic World ones now, so I'm gonna have to catch up and then watch this one.
There's no comparison to Jurassic Park. It's a classic.
Yeah.
It's a classic.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So I don't know. Chris Pratt, he does a good job.
Yeah.
That's like high hopes.
Yes.
Anyway, we got some comedy entertainment for us.
Yes. So I know that the Melbourne International Comedy Festival has already finished. It did actually finish a couple of months ago. But this week, for my recommendations and for my top picks, I'm doing my top 3 picks from the Melbourne International Comedy Festival Gala, which I actually went and watched. I was sitting in the audience live, and I believe if you can look really quick in some of these clips, you will see me.
All right, I'll keep an eye out. Let's just play a game if we can spot Kelsey.
Yes. So first up, we do have Matt O'Kine. Now, he hosted the gala, but we'll play his clip first because, I mean, I thought he was absolutely hilarious. Let's take a look.
My dad's still of that age where he doesn't understand how readily available mobile phone credit is these days. Does anyone have a parent like this still? Anytime I call him, he's like, "Where are you calling me from?" And I go, "My phone." And he's like, "Do you need me to call you back?" "No, I'm an adult." He's like, and then he's like, "Because I get free calls between 6 and 7 p.m. Bros, what friggin' plan are you on? There's no happy hour for phones anymore, dog. It's all unlimited now. I could call you and never hang up.
See, I mean, that just shows just a small part of how great his set was. So as I said, he hosted the event, and what I really loved about his hosting was he kept mucking up, but he made it very relatable, and he's like, "God, I just can't remember these lines," you know, and he got the whole crowd involved. And so if you haven't seen the gala before, the host actually does a couple of sets throughout the show, and every single one had the entire audience in stitches. And I recommend next year when he comes back, going and seeing his solo show. Yeah, he was brilliant.
So not the little snippet of him throughout the gala show. You need a full 2 hours worth.
Brilliant. Yeah, and I mean, you can look that up on YouTube. There are stuff from the Melbourne International Comedy Festival YouTube page. So yeah. Next up, we do have Becky Lucas. Now, Becky Lucas is she's kind of an up and comer, but she's been around for a couple of years now, and it's very much crude humor, which we have picked a section of her performance that is less. But yeah, I really love her performances. I don't know, I think because she's like early 20s and she's female, I relate to her in many aspects.
Ways, yeah.
But yeah, I really loved her performance at the gala as well, so we'll take a look.
My name's Becky. It's a bad name, right? It's like you're never going to hear the sentence, Becky won a Nobel Prize. It's more likely to be, we ditched Becky. Becky crashed a Suzuki Swift. Becky died at the Gold Coast.
I have a Suzuki Swift.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. At least my name's not Becky.
Yeah, your name's not Becky.
I'm not changing it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's just, that was, like, straight off the bat, that was the first, like, 30 seconds of her performance. And I thought it was absolutely hilarious.
Oh, definitely.
I love the Becky won a Nobel Peace Prize. She's like, that will never happen.
It might.
You never know. If there's any Beckys out there that want to win a Nobel Peace Prize, please contact us.
Hit us up on our Twitter page.
Yes, on our Twitter page. It's at Charlie's Update with an underscore. Yes.
Yep.
So check that out.
Any
Tweet at
Beckys
us
out there,
too.
Tweet at us.
Yes. Yeah. And then next up, Nath Valvo. Now, Nath Valvo was the highlight of the gala for me. His performance just had me in stitches. I was talking about it for weeks afterwards. I'm still talking about it months afterwards. Yep. He went viral with this performance. And, I mean, have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, but I love Nath Valvo.
Oh, so brilliant. And then instantly his tickets were selling out. He had to release extra shows and then they were sold out within a couple of hours. Like, it was so hard to get in to see him. I missed out, unfortunately, but I do have friends who went and they said it was just even better than before. So definitely check him out when he comes back. We do have a short clip, but I recommend going and looking this one up online because the entire performance that he had at the gala was so funny. But yeah, we'll have a look at what I grabbed for this one.
Get this, some 83-year-old man entered the triathlon and it took this piece of 7.5 hours. I lost my whole Sunday because some old coot refused to kick the bucket. There is nothing worse than the elderly with a zest for life. Know your place.
Yeah, so in that set, he does talk about his boyfriend doing a triathlon in the Gold Coast. And it's just, he kind of turns it all about his side of the story rather than about his boyfriend
doing the
training. Yeah, so I found it hilarious. And then, that's towards the end when he's talking about all of these other competitors that he got to see.
Yeah.
Again, just absolutely hilarious. And I am a huge fan of comedy, so I recommend, I know it's still almost 12 months away. I think it's about 10 months away.
Yeah, probably about 10.
But the Melbourne International Comedy Festival will be coming back, and it's so brilliant to go to. Get your tickets early. They do release quite early and you can get special deals.
So you recommend Nath Valvo for next year?
Absolutely. I know that I will be getting tickets, 100%. That'll be probably the first tickets I buy.
What's your recommendation? What's the one you'd go to? The main one?
Every year, without a doubt, I always go to Will Anderson.
Yep.
His show this year was very funny. He actually got arrested on a plane earlier last year.
Yep.
And then all of these like media companies were saying, come on, do an interview with us. And he goes, no, this is the content for my show next year.
This is my material.
And that was his entire show. And it was basically just him telling a story for an hour, but obviously making it more comical. And I found it really great. But as I said, every year I go and see Will Anderson.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have a look next year, see who's around, and I'll pick off your recommendations.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to talk after the show because I could recommend every single comedian that
we'll pick the best. We'll pick the best.
Yes.
So we've got a four-man weave coming up after the break.
We do.
Every week they go off and try something a little different, a little bit new. And this week they tried charades.
Oh, this is a step in a similar direction from yoga. But, I mean, I'm interested to see how this went.
I want to see how this goes. Do you want to take a look?
Yeah.
Hey guys, how you doing? This is the four-man weave, Ahmed, Bilal, Sean, Souhail. We're here today, we're going to try out charades, see how we go. So let's get to the team introductions.
And
Wait,
hold on. I wasn't ready.
Start it.
Movie. 7 letters, 7 words. The first word. Catch. Pray. Last word. Oh, is it like apes? It's like Planet of the Apes, Dawn of... the rise of the Planet of the Apes.
3 words. First word? Yeah. What?
I don't know how to describe it. Okay.
Second word.
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights. Yeah!
I put it here, and off the bat, you knew.
3, 2, 1.
3 words. TV show. First word. Third word. Dick. Huh? Is that the third word? Is that shameless?
No.
3 words.
10 seconds.
3 words. 3 words. 3 words.
You got him, bro.
Nah. X. What was it?
Jane the Virgin.
Jane the Virgin. Virgin. You should have done second word little, bro.
2 words, yeah. 3 words, okay. Raise.
Yeah, that's it. Go home, ladies and gentlemen.
Go high, up, down, lift, grow. Grow. Grown ups. Growing up Asian. Grown ups. Twice. Grown ups too. Ah!
3 words. Let it be. First word, last word. Yeah, Rise again. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Grow. Oh, is it a Drake song? Oh, Michael Jackson song. Oh, world. What's the one about the world? Oh, it's like black or white, but it doesn't matter.
Yes, that's the one, that's the one.
Yeah, last word. World. The first word. I know the song, I just can't think of the word. Second word, little word. Little word. Little the. Something. See the world. Know the world. What the kidney the world? Grow the world. What?
Come on, finish it. Finish it.
Feel the world. Feel.
12 seconds.
Feel the world. Breathe the world.
Hey, get up, be up.
Be the world. I am the world.
It's heal the world, you idiot.
Oh.
4 words. Last word. Pray. What? Are we still on the last word? Did I get the last word? No? What?
Yeah, chuck.
Bow down? What? Rise? No. Rise? Rise?
Oh.
What? That's it?
That was quick. Living on a prayer, bro. What the
What the hell is that?
It's Bon Jovi, sorry.
Huh?
Living on a prayer.
Well, there you have it. That's the first half of
That's
the
playing
charades
charades.
game we played.
Oh, that was a shame.
That's clear to see who was the best player there.
Well, so far, but I don't know what's going to happen in the second part. Better
no.
stay
Just gonna have to
tuned.
wait and see.
It's pretty good, I reckon.
Yeah.
I rate myself.
It was a good time. Yeah, that's done now. Sean, you want to cut?
Well, we can go to the four-man weave intro.
Don't do this there next time.
Alright, yeah, let's hit the 4-man weave intro.
Yeah, he's supposed to hit that. Or we can go.
We got our intro. Or we can go in there.
4-man weave.
I think we
Does
should go
Does
right.
anyone know what happened to the 4-man weave?
We're in it right now.
But the intro. That epic intro. We're
All right,
nothing, we're
let's
nothing
just-
without it.
I reckon just cut it to Joel Fruci, mate. Look at him.
We'll,
Look,
just
he's
go,
peeking.
we'll go to Joel Fruci, our saviour here in this moment.
Oh, nice.
Joel Fruci, the senior editor of the Daily Football Show website. How are you, Joel? The audio's we're having some technical difficulties with the audio on Joel Fruci.
As well
we'll
as
just yeah, we'll
as
just
well as
hang
some
on for a second.
Wardrobe difficulties with the Chelsea jersey.
Yeah, what's going on
is
there?
going on
So-
there?
You know what we've noticed?
That's all I got to say, mate. FA Cup champs.
Yeah, because ours are just
FA
better.
Cup
As in, like, as in-
champs.
I don't want to talk about
Just
him.
yeah, don't talk about it.
All right,
Joel
now
Fruci.
now we have Joel Fruci on the line.
Oh man.
Surely, Joel, how are you? Yeah, good. Glad to hear your voice. Because I thought I never would with what just happened a few seconds ago. Yeah, so we do want to talk Champions League final, Joel. Obviously everyone's talking about Mo Salah, but the man who's been forgotten, Cristiano Ronaldo, he's had an even better second half of the season than Mo Salah. How do you think Liverpool's defense, in all their frailty and Lord Lovren, How are they going to deal with Ronaldo?
Yeah, well, that's what you worry about when it comes to Liverpool. Certainly, I guess we know all about their issues. It's going to be up to guys like Virgil van Dijk and also Andy Robertson would be interesting actually. A guy that's was playing at a lower level not so long ago, slightly lower level, and now he's up against Cristiano Ronaldo in Champions League final. So that should be a nice little interesting subplot, but it's not just going to have to be one particular player. It's going to have to be a bit of a collective effort because, similar to Mo Salah, as you say, Bilal, it really takes more than one to contain the great man, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly right. And what's one key battle you see that hopefully can swing the game in Liverpool's favour? Because I'm firmly against Real Madrid in this one. A completely unbiased journalistic opinion here.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, it's easy to say, but I think given the season that Mo Salah has had, he's the one that really stands out for me. Always the guy that's on the end of those counter attacks. And look, Real are just going to have to contain him because you can see a player that is just at the peak of his confidence, has been all season. So it's just going to have to be him that Real Madrid need to contain, and certainly I think they can. I mean, you look at that Real Madrid squad, and even Jurgen Klopp said it himself in a media conference. There's not really a great deal of weakness there, is there? So look, it's going to have to be Mo Salah. I think he's the game breaker.
Yeah, exactly right. All right, let's take it closer to home now, and Western Sydney Wanderers have announced their new manager, and he's an experienced manager, former Germany international, former Stuttgart, Hertha Berlin manager, Marcus Babbel. How great of an appointment is that? Not just for the Wanderers, but for the A-League in general.
Yeah, it's terrific. We were sort of speaking about it on the Daily Football Show the other day, and I guess the one thing that stands out for me about Marcus Babbel is that we haven't really had a lot of marquee managers, so to speak, in the A-League. We've had a lot of marquee players. We've had some marquee managers back in the early days, like a Terry Butcher and Pierre Littbarski with Sydney FC. But it's great. You could probably put Guillermo Amor in that sort of bracket as well, FC Barcelona legend. But look, obviously there's no limits in the A-League on how much you can spend on coaches. So I love the ambition of Western Sydney Wanderers to go after this guy and get him. It's a huge appointment. His pedigree speaks for itself. And look, he's the kind of appointment where if he gets it right, you could probably really see a good word, so to speak, about the A-League going around, and more of these high caliber coaches and some high caliber players.
Yeah, and you mentioned the Daily Football Show, of course. You guys have announced that you're going to Russia to cover the World Cup. I know it's hard to keep it to about 30 seconds, but just tell us exactly what you guys are going to be doing there, very briefly, and what you expect to see when you're on the ground there.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing shows every single day, Monday, Sunday, any day, and those will be up in the morning because we're going to be recording pretty late at night over in Russia, 8 p.m. Russian time, I think. So they'll be ready for the morning. There'll be lots of videos as well, some editorial stuff, and what I'm expecting to see, a very interesting country actually. I'm intrigued about what I'm going to see. Obviously, some of the stuff that we've heard hasn't been the best about Russia, but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an adventure. Yeah,
exactly right. Stay safe. Don't aggravate any hooligans over there, and just bring us the news and just the news.
Yeah, we'll do, mate. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks, Joel.
Thanks, Fruci. One thing you didn't talk about though, the Chelsea win in the FA Cup.
Told you we're not talking about
Manchester
that.
United.
I'd like to talk about it.
I didn't want to interrupt you because I know you needed that, but
I'm
just going to remind you.
And who they beat again? Just from memory.
Oh, he happens to be wearing the top.
Look,
Lord have
Chelsea may have won, but Man United were not the only thing that lost that day. Football lost. On Sunday morning.
We won.
Football lost.
We'll leave it there, guys. We'll just cross over to the AFL.
AFL did lose.
Well, actually, you guys got to go somewhere special last night, didn't you? Tell us about that.
I'll take it. Yesterday we were fortunate enough to go to the iftar night. Obviously, we're in Ramadan. At the MCG held by the AFL. Bashir Huli was there, Adam Saad, all the great Muslims that get involved with the AFL. And funnily enough, they had the Carlton's 2018 Premiership Cup just sitting there.
What was it doing there?
They just said, until Carlton come and claim it, we're gonna keep it here. So
nice. Pig's flying tonight.
It's going to be there for a while. Then.
What's happening?
So yeah, it was there, and then fortunately we got to go over and take a photo with it. Obviously, hoist it up. just before Mark Murphy grabs it in September. So yeah, that was very fun to do.
I think Big Bad Benny Brown will be holding it. But
you think so?
Yeah, let's just agree to disagree.
Yeah, we'll
I don't know. 5 goals, an absolute trampling of GWS.
Yeah, he's not too bad, Benny Brown right now.
He's not too bad. He's great.
He's great. Yeah, he's probably he's leading the Coleman race, and I think by season's end, he's going to be the one to take that Coleman medal.
If you finish top 5 being last team on the ladder, man, then obviously there's something up. You know what I mean? Like, he's been good for ages. Like,
Something
no one's
changed
just
in that
noticed
team,
it.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
People around him just started getting good with him, I guess.
That's just
Ben Brown was never really the issue. As Patrick Cripps isn't really the issue in Carlton. It's those other 21 men. And
Yeah, you've got to have a team. You've got to have a collective.
and I don't want to be going there this early, but the coach, man, he's down to get into the hot seat.
Like Paul Pogba can't do much for Manchester United when they lost to Chelsea. You know, he's just one player.
It's team.
So we're talking about AFL now?
We can't, you know.
That's why when I hear talking about
I had to keep
when I hear
remembering
talking
that.
about dance as a sport, when there's not
Exactly.
teams involved.
Let's leave that there.
Yeah, let's just leave that untouched.
I do want to touch on Essendon's victory against Geelong. As you guys just bypass that really quickly.
Well, we're not sure that drugs weren't involved again.
That's a good point. We're waiting for that report.
Like, where'd that come from? You know, Carlton.
I know.
Carlton gave it to him last week.
But we were there before in the Powercor Country Festival, and there was something wrong with the aura.
Mhm.
It wasn't. I don't know what it was, but it's not like Essendon would normally win. You know, there's got to be something going up there.
You can't inject anything into the aura, mate.
That's a pun. That is a pun and a half.
It just didn't feel like, there was just 100% clean things going on. So,
Yeah,
and with
yeah.
Essendon, there's always a bit of that.
Give me a break.
Always a bit. But that's pure speculation.
That's
I don't think we
not
should be
normal.
doing
You
that.
lose to Carlton one week and then come out and absolutely smash Geelong.
It's Essendon. It is Essendon. We beat Adelaide, and then a couple of rounds later went and lost to the Bulldogs. And,
But the hill
and
not
then
so
lost to
windy
Carlton
anymore? Is the hill not so windy?
Well, considering it's not our training ground anymore.
That's the nature of the AFL this season and last season. I'm tipping this year. I don't know if any of you are, and every week is just up and down. You'd be lucky to get 6, 7 right. Because
who you got to win the whole thing?
This year, I think Richmond are going back to back.
Yeah.
Popular opinion.
I got. You said Essendon beat Adelaide, but Adelaide lost to Essendon. There's nothing. I don't know about that. I got Adelaide to win the whole thing. Redemption project. I've got him. I had him last year. I had him this year. So I hope it's not
Wrong
the same.
both years.
I'm going to go the Eagles.
Yeah.
The West Coast Eagles.
I don't know. See, you're picking teams that aren't in Melbourne, and obviously we all know that
Well, we
the
haven't
MCG
had
is
an
religious.
interstate team win it yet.
Because
So
the MCG
I'm
is
actually,
played so well
if
by
Richmond
Richmond.
don't make the granny, Eagles will win it, I reckon. Because Richmond's been too good at the G.
Yeah,
and we know
that's
that.
the thing. Obviously, West Coast beat them, but that was over in Optus. So
that's a good point.
So, I don't know,
They gave it to them.
Season's end, I think Richmond will be hoisting the cup that I held last night.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So my luck on it. But yeah, if Carlton, barring any injuries or setbacks to
Yeah,
Carlton,
of
because
course.
obviously they're playing so well.
Yeah.
But moving off the AFL now, let's talk about the NBA. Obviously, the pointy end of the season, a lot of things happening.
But not a lot of things are happening really,
No.
because the last 14 conference finals games, this is the top 4 teams in the league. Out of the last 14, before yesterday's close game, there was, I think one of them was decided by 10 points or less. The others just been blowouts. You saw Houston and Golden State. What was that? 41 point win.
Yeah,
40,
yeah.
Biggest
40
loss in Houston Rockets history.
Well, with 7-game series, it's hard to have the team fully invested into the games until we go up to around 6, 7, where they're actually elimination games. So obviously we're getting there now with the Warriors
Game right
up
now
2-1.
that is within 10 points.
That
It's
exactly. It's on 1
Houston
point.
down to Golden State in Golden State 63-62.
So you start seeing the players come out and showing that they actually want it, and they're afraid of the elimination. Because you get down 3-1 to the Warriors, you're pretty much done. Unless you're the 2016.
Oh, yeah. Don't remind us.
But
Why did you say that? You're a Golden State fan. You
No,
shouldn't
it's
be
just
bringing back
that's
bad memories.
I'm unbiased, That's
What
Bilal
about-
and my motto from last year.
What
Unbiased
about,
journalism.
what about Celtics? Yesterday.
I don't know. Did you see
going
what
down.
Brad Stevens said? Celtics were up 2-0 in the series, and then you just lost the last 2 games in Cleveland. And then Brad Stevens just says, "Oh, it's all right. Like, this is what we fight. Your coach, Brad Stevens. This is what we fight for. Like, just best out of 3." But
Yeah,
what are you saying
no,
that
go
for? You're
ahead.
up 2-0. Like, you had an advantage, and now you're trying to sugarcoat your disadvantage.
You don't like it. I don't think
You've got to stay positive.
Yeah, I don't think
surely.
he's in the locker room telling his players that it's something.
Yeah,
to
he would have grilled them. He
get
would
the
have
media,
grilled them
right?
in the locker room.
Yeah.
Surely. He
Well,
would have
they're
grilled
young.
them.
They're a young side without their 2 all-star, their 2 biggest all-stars.
Yeah,
So
we're overachieving.
Yeah,
Especially when you get to the finals, though, like you want to be rested, especially if you're going up against Houston or Golden State.
And
Let's be honest, you want to be 4-0 up and straight away getting in there and resting and figuring out what's going on down there with either team.
Yeah,
Because how you going to guard Harden? Or how you going to guard Steph, Kevin,
Yeah, don't worry about Garden Harden. That's not going to be an issue in the finals
You reckon?
because he'll be sitting
He will be
right
sitting.
on his couch in his living room watching it. I'm sure he's got a big TV, but he'll be watching it on TV.
So again,
nice crossover,
you're still with the Warriors
I'm
going
always
all the
with the
way.
Warriors.
Oh, well, not as a fan, as a pundit, you think that
As a fan, like betting with my heart and my head.
Yeah, Warriors.
Yeah.
I'm not stupid.
If it was the
Goofy,
Warriors
goofy.
going against the '96 Bulls,
I don't like the intergenerational
You don't?
comparisons. No.
I love the intergeneration.
I love
But there's
yeah, I
you're
love it.
never going to find anything out. It's a completely different game.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Depending on
Don't
how
worry
they
about
go
it. You're
this
having
year.
fun.
It's fun.
Just trying to drop my
No,
fun.
this is
Like
all
it.
business in the
Oh,
four-man
okay,
wave.
okay.
We don't
Haven't
do
you?
fun.
We don't do fun.
We don't
but
do
we
fun.
did do a bit of fun.
We
Didn't
did.
we? As well.
I don't know. Ahmed went down to the MCG to go and see a few.
I did go down to the MCG,
Yeah,
but
but we did the charades. as
Oh,
well.
we're talking about the
Yeah, we're
the
talking
charades.
about charades,
Oh,
yeah.
my apologies.
Yeah, different kind of fun.
My apologies.
Just hit
So
that.
we're gonna find out who ended up winning in the charades. We can hit that.
It's your fun, bro. You gotta pull out easy. You go.
Do it with your mouth.
Grab, hold, catch. Come in. Gather.
There's so
Grab.
much rigging going on
First
here.
word,
We
gather.
didn't even start at the time. Go.
Half it. Time out. T. Starts with T. Take. Take. First word, take. You. Take me. 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 Take something me. Take hold of me. Take cover me.
That one went quicker than that.
Yeah, man.
Take on me. Take on me. Take on me. Should have started early.
2 words, yeah. First word. Second word.
Finger wave.
Oh, no. No lips. No mouth.
No.
No call. No phone. No lip balm. No balm. No lip. No moisturizer.
No jumping up and down.
No lotion.
What
No
if you turn
moist.
left and then you
No
go right
moisture.
instead? If you turn left.
No moist.
Oh, 10 seconds, bro. 10 seconds. If you turn left. Shit, if you turn left and then right. Oh, no.
No saliva. No spit.
Saliva,
No what?
Yeah, because then if you don't use saliva, it's bad in your hair.
No moisturizer. No.
Moisturize, yeah, moisturize.
No more.
Yeah.
No what?
It's a song, bro.
What?
No Vaseline.
Oh.
Do you know a song called No Moisturizer?
Let me just explain the rules for sudden death. So Sean and Bilal are going to come up here and act out the same word at the same time. And then me and Souhail will be sitting and guessing. Obviously, no one cares about what Souhail say anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Bastard. Yeah. You already told him the word.
Nah,
Get the
he didn't
fuck
tell me
out
the
of
word. He didn't tell me the
We're
word.
done.
What'd you
Go.
say?
Nothing, bro.
I told him the word.
No, he didn't, bro. Movie.
6 words, yeah.
10.
10. Reasons why.
10. 10. 10.
10.
That's the first word, it's 10. That's the last, first word's 10. Then the second word is, last word is
10 for.
you. 10 reasons why I hate you. 10 reasons
You
why.
get it?
10 reasons why I hate you. I love you. I can't, I want you. I need
10
you.
reasons why I want you.
I hate
10
you.
reasons why I hate you.
I-
10
What's the
I need
movie
you.
called again?
10 reasons why.
Aye.
10 things I love about you.
Did you hear me?
No, what
You're wrong.
10 reasons. 10 things
reasons
I
love-
hate
10
about
things
you.
that I hate about you.
Yeah! So there you have it, guys. We just played charades. Obviously, it ended on a controversial round.
Video
I'd say-
replay will show that we won.
I'd say, yeah, we won.
But
And
Oh,
then we
yeah,
took-
100%.
We took the win.
I was going for movies. I
we
was
overcome.
locked out of
Yeah,
it.
because
Yeah,
that's where you lost out.
But we'll end it there. That's for the fans to debate on Twitter. Hashtag Charades Update.
Good on you.
And we'll see you next week for whatever we try next.
Yeah, it was a lovely win there by us. And remember, fans, you can tweet at us at charliesupdate_. And what are you doing?
We won.
You didn't win. I showed you.
We won. We said Jane the Princess or something.
Oh, no. That wasn't in there. I didn't see it.
Did you cut it out?
Cut what out?
No way.
What?
Oh,
we
man.
won. You saw the whole thing.
I'm not talking to you.
Oh, well, you're going to have to. But for now, as we talked about before with the Geelong and Essendon game, beforehand there was a bit of a festival called the Powercor Country Festival where all these country guys come down and show off what's great about the country in rural Victoria, and it's in Yarra Park just outside the MCG. So all these people come down for a festival. It starts at 1. There's the Geelong Essendon game at 4:35, I think it was. And just 3 hours just to eat food, talk to pets, and
Talk to pets?
well, you can find
What kind
out.
of pets do they have there?
Let's go see what Ahmed did at the Powercor Country Festival.
Today we are in the Yarra Park precinct for the annual Powercor Country Festival, which takes place before the Essendon and Geelong match. This free festival showcases plenty of activities showcasing regional Victoria, including farm animals, ute and tractor displays, camel rides, a beer garden with regional beers and wines, and much, much more. Fortunately for me, there were reptiles involved. And as someone who's afraid of snakes, I was definitely not keen to go ahead and hold Princess. I mean, look at my face. I'm trying to mask my fear with a smile. But now anyway, on to the important things. We spoke with Food Bank, the leading provider of food relief in Victoria, working with over 472 charities to feed more than 100,000 Victorians each month.
So Food Bank is the largest provider of emergency food relief in Victoria. We've been around since 1930, ensuring that people that can't afford food for whatever reason can actually put food on their tables for themselves and their families. So we source a lot of our food from manufacturers and retailers and farmers. So we get lots and lots of donations from right across the sector. And then we provide that food to over 450 charity partners in Victoria, like your Salvos and your Vinnies and any charity that runs a food program. And then they use that food to help feed over 100,000 Victorians each month. So we're also here providing free apples that were donated to us by one of our wonderful food donors, Montagues. They're delicious jazz apples, and we get to hand them out to the crowd here at the Country Festival for them to enjoy.
Yep, so you heard that. If you're here next year, come grab a free apple for Food Bank.
Absolutely.
So we're here to support the Country Festival with the AFL to give the I suppose city folk a bit of an idea on what happens out in the farm to produce their food every day.
And how are the city folk handling it? A lot of them are surprised what's happening?
Yeah, they enjoy looking at the machinery and just seeing what is producing their dinner of an evening. Yeah, we're here every year. We come down and we bring all of our employees down and let them go to the football and give them time to interact with the city folk.
How many sheep do you own?
About 200.
Okay.
And I take animals to events. I've been doing it for 19 years, and this is the third time that we've been down to the Powercor Festival down here. He's just still learning how to drink from the bottle.
Oh, okay, where's his mum at?
Yeah, well, she had twins, and she decided she only wanted one. So she's looked after the strong one, and she's left the little weak one. So I'm bottle feeding it.
That's not nice.
Yeah, so we'll come out and about to like events with us, but it's what happens in nature. She's decided for some reason or other that she doesn't want to rear it.
He's got a point to prove now. His whole life he's going to try and show that he's stronger than his brother.
Oh, for sure. Yes, most definitely.
And how do the animals get along?
Yeah, no, fabulous. Yeah, no, they're a lot of them start off like little fellas like this that they're orphaned. And then the kids come in and they'll brush them and pat them and feed them and that type of thing. So they get used to it from an early age.
Can we get some words from the sheep?
Yeah, I think it just said bar.
Oh, lovely. Thank you very much. Exclusive.
Yeah. Good work.
Could I just have quick comments on the Essendon Geelong game, please? Hello, could I get quick comments on the game, please?
Well, we've come today because we're encouraging people to visit the Bellarine, the Great Ocean Road and the Geelong region. My husband's the chauffeur and we take tours in our Mustang, or we have mini buses. So it's just to encourage people to come down to our beautiful region.
And how much would that cost for someone?
What we do with your chauffeur driver, it's $110 an hour. So you can fit 3-4 passengers into our Mustang. And then if you want to go in a mini bus, it's slightly different cost. Yeah, we get lots of people, lots of surprise birthdays. We also do wedding anniversaries, all that sort of thing.
And you're from up there in the country?
We're in Geelong. We're based in Geelong.
And how do you find the city life?
Oh, we love coming up to Melbourne, yeah.
And this is obviously an annual event. Are you here every year?
This is our first year, but we're really enjoying it, yeah.
And
it's
you plan
great.
to be here?
Yeah, absolutely.
So there you have it, folks. That's a Powercor Country Festival that happened at the MCG yearly. Unfortunately, we had such little time and there was so much to get to. We couldn't get to it all. So come down next year for yourself and have a look. As I said at the start of the video, there's a footy game happening after, so I'm going to go watch me some footy.
Such a shame that he didn't get to get a word out of that goat.
I know, we were looking for an exclusive comment, but we got nothing.
I felt like he had something to say if he just persisted with it.
It was on his face, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think he's put too much pressure on him, put it too close. You got to give him some chin room. But oh well. We have Kayla O'Loughlin from the La Trobe University Cheer and Dance Society. How are you, Kayla?
Not too bad.
We want to ask you, of course, how did you get involved with cheerleading?
So I always had a love for cheer, obviously watching it through like Bring It On and stuff like that. And then when I came to the university's sports open day, they had the team there. And I wasn't sure about starting first semester. So once I got a bit more comfortable in the university, I joined second semester, and I've now been a part of it for almost 2 years.
And last week, here there was a graduation performance. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so the La Trobe celebrated its 200,000th graduate. It's a bit of a mouthful. And so we were asked to come and do a surprise performance for all the graduates, which was quite a unique experience, I guess you could say. You don't really hear of it much.
Were they surprised?
Yeah, it was very interesting. It was very loud. There was confetti cannons. There was a guy backflipping off stage. So it was quite a big celebration, I guess, for them, and pretty special for all the other graduates as well, not just the one, the major one, but yeah.
And personally, just for you, what's your favourite thing about the whole shindig, cheer and dance?
I guess it's the people you meet and your experiences. So for me, I wasn't a very outgoing person or anything, and so it's definitely helped bring me out of my shell, especially moving down to Melbourne. And it's also a really good way to keep fit and have fun. Everyone makes a team. You don't have to be great at anything. So it's really inclusive, and it's a big family.
I really doubt I could make that team.
Oh, you can trust anyone can. Everyone gets on the squad. So.
All I can do is jump.
It's okay. One of some of our people when they start can't do cartwheels or anything.
Yeah,
so some can't do push-ups. So
wow.
you don't have to have any requirements to join.
You actually fit that criteria. Can't do push-ups. You can't.
Hey, I can do push-ups.
Push up.
I'm chesty.
Anyway, for any of our lovely Charlie's Update viewers out there, how can we get involved?
So you can find us on social media. So on Facebook, we're La Trobe University Cheer and Dance, or we have our Instagram and Snapchat, so it'll be LTUCD. Otherwise, we do also have our email, which is info@ltucd.com, which you can just send, and we can send you an info pack.
All right. I'm gonna be looking into that.
Yeah.
I need to learn how to do cartwheels.
Yeah? What for?
I don't just
for the
in
cheer
case.
and dance team, of course.
Yep. No, but in rush hour, how they just do weird moves to get away from danger. Because sometimes I get hit with danger.
Just do cartwheels away.
Yeah, just cartwheel away.
Perfect.
Definitely. And now let's cartwheel away into our hunger because we got to visit the Flavour Institute on the weekend in Watergardens. So let's see how that went.
Today we are at Watergardens Shopping Centre at Taylor's Lakes for the Flavour Institute grand opening.
Lauren, it's been such a great night. It's been really nice to see the locals coming out. They've been wanting this new institution for a long time, so it's really good to see a massive turnout.
So let's go have a chat to some of the vendors.
Yes, let's go and have a chat and have a bite to eat.
The cheesecake on a stick, they do it in Toronto and Canada. That's how we saw the photo, and we started working on the concept until we got the right concept. The most popular ones is Golden Gate Time, Oreo, Nutella Strawberry. Lightly is Bueno as well, Kinder Bueno. We've got as well something different. It's called Caramel Biscotti. It's if you know the Lotus biscuit, it's something from that. It's a biscuit caramel, and we do Snickers. This is our first pop-up as a shopping centers here in Watergarden. We have plans to open someone in a permanent location, but in different suburbs. We're still working on it. We'll see how we go.
So we are the one and only. We do American barbecue / American comfort food. We smoke a lot of the meats at our house and then bring it out to you guys. We want to bring the comfort back. That's what I think's missing today. You've got a lot of, commercialised foods out there. I just want to warm everybody up and give them a big hug. We wanted to see if we had a decent brand, is it worth putting in a shop? Can we actually get our food out there, and do people want to buy it? If it goes well, we've only been in business for 4 months. So if it does go well, we'll end up in a shop soon. So fingers crossed. That's the dream.
We've got a food truck and we've got a marquee and we've got this pop-up as well. These ones are local mothers, Greek donuts, but we've got mini ones. They're smaller today, and we've got all our flavours ready to go for that. So we cook them fresh in nice hot oil. They're ready in about 3-4 minutes. And then traditionally they get drowned in a honey syrup, but we just put fresh honey straight on top while they're hot, and they soak up the honey, some cinnamon, and some walnuts, and that's the traditional way. I don't have a sweet tooth whatsoever. But what happened, I take my family to buy these at Red Hill, and it was a 2-hour drive. We'd get there, sold out, closed. We'd see the last ones walked out, and I said, I can just make them. If I'm going to drive 2 hours, people would drive to find us as well, and that's why.
So we wanted to start making drinks, because since the food truck industry is like a lot out there, so we wanted to have something different, like with smoothies or making juices, healthy drinks for everyone to enjoy. My brother started the business, and now it's a family business, so all of us are helping out to make this business go well for us. Watergardens is this building block for us. So we started with the drink truck, and now we're looking for a shop, so this is a good opportunity for us.
It's a great attraction for Taylor's Lakes, Keilor, and all the surrounding suburbs around there. It's a good shout out to Baxmarsh. It's nice to see like a brand new place where people can come and eat, taste different cuisines, play some lawn bowls. And, you know, they've got all different kids' workshops here. We've seen and spoken to all the different vendors here. The people that go around and share their food, that's what they want to do, share their food out to the public and share their love of food. It's awesome to see them getting, like, promoted and... It's going to better their business. They're doing this to better themselves, get their business out there. And it's all because of the Flavour Institute.
Well, I don't know many downsides for Charlie's update, but one of them is that it goes in lunchtime. And we have a food segment at the end of our show, and it just makes me so hungry.
So hungry.
And with the Flavour Institute, next week there you can buy a metre-long burrito. So if you want to get down to Watergardens there, yeah, you can get a metre-long burrito and... Metre-long. So hopefully after night time, of course.
Yeah.
As we talked about in the Ramadan package.
Of course.
But now, what's going on at Latrobe?
All right, so there's an interesting event called Forever Young, and it's challenging how we grow. So it's basically going to talk about how you can age without growing old. You know, because obviously we see people, you know, as they get older, they get more boring and more mellow.
That's assuming.
No, not everyone. So you got to generalize so you can talk about these things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously. You know, we got to put a disclaimer out there in the little, little writing at the bottom of the page.
Disclaimer: old people can be fun.
Yeah, exactly right.
And when's this event?
So this is happening in the coming week. It's actually happening tomorrow at 5:30. Can you believe it?
That is the coming week.
Yeah.
And anything else?
Yeah, we've got the label makers. So you can drop in and participate with the latest fun. It's an interactive exhibition at the Latrobe Art Institute. And that's on the 29th, so a day before we next go to air next Tuesday.
Exactly, on our finale, where we're going to discuss some of the burning topics in hopefully all of Latrobe, such as Is Dancing a Sport?
Is Dancing a Sport?
Is Dancing a Sport?
Is it?
Tune in next week,
Find
Wednesday, 12 o'clock to find out, to our Charlie's Update viewers. And what else is in next week's show?
We're just visiting a few more social clubs. You know, we're trying to knock off the last few social clubs that we haven't spoken about.
We can't hit them all, but we're going to hit the best
we can't hit them
ones.
all, but we're trying to hit the remainder of the top 10.
What you mean.
Yeah, because like how great was it to have the cheer squad in today? Because honestly,
great.
I've got no idea how to do anything that they do.
I know.
Come on, man. Give me a break, man. As if you can do a cartwheel.
No, I can't. I never said that.
Yeah.
But another thing that we're doing is we're going to go interview a young girl who's got cystic fibrosis. So that's going to be a really emotional package, I think.
The deep part
story.
of the show, yeah.
And we're also going to learn. You might have heard of Ivo Burham, one of the teachers here at Latrobe University, and
I've heard a lot of him.
And a pioneer for mobile journalism. We're going to talk to him about what is mobile journalism and benefits for our field.
You know what I like about mobile journalism?
What
when
do
you have
like
a camera,
about mobile journalism?
People tend to get intimidated when you want to, film them or talk to them while on camera. With a phone, it's like everyone's got a phone. You know, I've got a phone, you've got a phone, he's got a phone, that goat's got a phone.
That goat had a phone. Anyway, so that's going to be all for today on our second last show, and we'll see you next week, same time on Wednesday for Charlie's Update.
The finale.